the next story. Do you want to cover this, Swinny?
Sure, I'm definitely the most suitable one for this. So we had an event from Nacon this week, the Nacon Connect event that I actually stayed up for, kind of regrettably, because I knew that it would have a lot of stuff that I don't care about, but I knew that they were showing off the best look yet at Spider's upcoming action RPG Steelrising. I wasn't expecting a release window, but we did get one, so that's great. For anyone that doesn't know, Steelrising is basically like, also I should say Spiders, sorry. They've worked on titles like Bound by Flame, Mars Warlogs, the Technomancer and GreedFall. Talked about them a lot in the last few weeks because of all the GreedFall talk. And it just so happened that we finally got some more footage at Steelrising. So Steelrising is coming out for PlayStation 5, the Xbox Series consoles and PC in June next year, assuming obviously there's no delay there. Which is later than I thought. So I had Steelrising as one of my top 5 most anticipated games for 2021, but obviously I missed the mark a bit on that. It was more of, I think, of a hope, because I'm like, I just really, really want to play that game. So the trailer showed off is very much just focused on the combat of the game. The game has a very unique aesthetic. It's basically, I'll get to the premise in a second, but it's unlike most other games I've probably ever played. It's just really bizarre, and the combat style is also quite strange, and it also leads to it looking really, really weird, because a lot of the enemies are robots and automatons, and they kind of move in a very janky way, and it adds to the fact that this is probably going to be a naturally janky game, as all Spiders games are. But for anyone who doesn't know what Steelrising, I guess the premise of the game is, so essentially built off the question of what would have happened if Louis XVI had been a tyrant and then had also created a robot army to terrorize the citizens of Paris. I actually think it's such a cool idea. And you actually play as a robot as well, but you join a revolution. You're called Aegis. And yeah, it seems really, really cool. I know that I was watching an interview from June last year with the president of Spiders, and they're talking about how there's going to be more verticality to exploration than there traditionally in their normal games, and more unique ways to navigate the environment. So yeah, honestly, I was hoping for something different from what they showed at Nacon Connect. What I want to see from Spiders next, it's probably not far along enough for this, but I want to see the character walking around the world and interacting with like characters and what it actually looks like from an RPG standpoint, as opposed to the actual combat, because that's not why I play Spiders games. I play them to be immersed in the world and the cool storylines. Like they're not the most memorable plots, but I get engrossed in them. I think they're really, really cool RPGs. I'm not so fussed about the combat. To me, it's more a means to an end. But I'm happy that they're focusing more on it. I guess they're trying to get a bit more near automata, which kind of makes sense with the fact that you're also playing as a robot. But yeah, I was happy to get more info, but I really, really want to see what this game looks like as an RPG, honestly.
I love the premise. I don't know anything about this game.
Yeah.
I don't know anything at all about it, but it's really cool premise. And don't feel so bad about you misjudging the launch timing. I had Breath of the Wild 2 as one of the games I'm anticipating to play this year. And I genuinely believe that'll be 2023.
I think it's 2023. Yeah.
I think it will be. I mean, they don't even show it in their upcoming for 2022.
Pandemic.
Yeah, no, it looks really, really cool. It's a game I definitely won't play. But it looks really cool.
I don't know, maybe. We'll see.
No, I think the thing is I only have so much hours, very few hours to play games. So
you need to get out of the AAA space sometimes into God.
Yeah, no, but
trust me, you'll learn some stuff.
Well, no, I'm playing Ender Lilies right now. Thank you very much. That's not a AAA game. Boom, you're wrong. Retraction. I want a correction for next week now.
I'm talking about 2D indie titles. I'm talking about AA janky, sometimes B grade games.
Well, yeah, we do need to introduce some new segment eventually where it's like we challenge someone else to play a game and see if we can change their mind on it or something like that.
Don't give the power to Mike. We'll be
I know, Mike will be a dickhead about it.
He gives a bunch of virtual stupidity.
That's exactly the example I was going to use.
Hey, do not diss that game. It's not a bad game.
No, but that's exactly the point of a segment like that. But anyway, all right, let's move on to the final